My clapping is not great. That wasn't even good. All right. We're back.
This is The Naturalist. In every episode, we're covering the products, ideas, and trends that are shaping the CPG industry.
Or that we just really like.
We're back. I'm back.
I know. I'm glad to have you back.
Are you, though? Because your comment at the beginning of the last episode is like, Jessica's not here, but we have someone even better.
I said that?
Yeah, you were like, but what we're in for today is a real extra. It was something where I was like, I love this episode. Wait.
It's okay. I don't remember saying that. Jessica couldn't come, but it's even more exciting because you're here.
It's even more exciting.
You guys did a great job. I loved hearing about Expo West things, which is in the works.
Yeah, well, Jenna always brings the passion.
Oh, the clip where she's just like talking about like, why would we choose? Like, you're always feeling like, oh, wow, like I need to do something major in the world after you talk to Jenna.
Well, and she also put me to shame because she came with like 12 pages of notes that I was going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a couple notes for today.
We do have some notes.
Do we know what we're talking about?
Well, I think we should kick things off talking about the new Unboxed that's on newhope.com because I was looking through it and really some great products in there.
There are so many good products. It's beverages, healthy beverages, which, you know, we've been talking a lot about NA. We've been talking about functional, and these are kind of spanning those different categories. But just the healthy beverage space in general, I think is really exploding. And we have so many cool options available now that are convenient, nutritious, a lot of them focusing on functional beverages. But one of the things that struck me about these products is they're kind of blending different benefits that historically we haven't seen. So like a beauty product that also is focused on building lean muscle mass for women. So those types of combos, which I think are pretty cool.
Yeah. And even beyond healthy beverages, we're really talking about functional beverages here, supplements you can drink, right? Which I thought was kind of a cool angle because we have seen in the past several years so much crossover between the beverage and the supplement category where you're seeing a lot of RTD beverages that have supplement facts panels and a lot of transparency around ingredients and quantities.
Yeah. And we had an episode where we talked about some of those things like the labeling and remember our like collaboration with FBI.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember.
Yeah.
So many episodes.
So we do dig into some of those things like the claims, the labeling, how to know when something's functional, when it has efficacious dosages of ingredients. So there's a lot to dig into there. We're not going to talk about that aspect of it today. We're just going to talk about some cool products and trends.
Yeah, I was actually thinking maybe we could just highlight some of the products from this gallery on newhope.com that really speak to us. Did you have any favorites?
I did. Let's see. I wonder if we're spoken to.
In the same way.
Sweet nothings, but the same beverages. I thought Bloom Nutrition's colostrum and collagen peptides product was really interesting. So Bloom Nutrition is a big viral company on social. So like they definitely have a really strong social media presence, definitely trying to reach Gen Z. But this combination of colostrum, which is the nutrient dense milk that baby cows drink. But humans have colostrum too, right?
Yeah.
But this is not human colostrum. I think this is cow. From grass-fed.
So they say.
We think the real story here. But I think that's an interesting product because they're focusing on both gut health and skin, hair, and nail health, which are so interconnected. Like if you've had digestive issues for a long time, people are starting to realize that microbiome and overall gut health is really related to these physical symptoms that you may experience, whether it be some acne or changes in your hair or your nails, that microbiome conversation is a lot more interconnected with a lot of other health issues. So I love that this product is targeting that. And of course, collagen peptides is something that we've been seeing in a lot of beauty products for years now, but a lot of collagen products are launching now too. So it is not gone.
Well, and that brings to mind, and I may completely have this wrong, but for the market overview issue of NFM that came out this summer, we talked to 5 retailers about big trends that they were seeing in their stores. And I'm pretty sure it was Darren Viscount of Bristol Farms, but that might be wrong. We'll wait for the fact check, who said that colostrum was really getting big and coming out in a lot of different products and applications. So I think it's really interesting to see it in this product.
Yeah. And I think, when you see a company like this that has such a big social presence, that's when you see an ingredient start to really become mainstream. So
I also really liked that Peachie Spoon Protein Powder. Protein obviously is huge right now. But I liked it because it had that kind of crossover functionality. So this is a new brand out of Birmingham, Alabama, or maybe it's just a new line. Not sure. Gosh, I'm full of fact checks today. Super cute.
It might be.
And it's 100% grass-fed whey, MCT oil, coconut milk, acacia fiber. Did I say that right? Oh, acacia. You say acacia, I say acacia. I don't know. But I think it's really interesting because, again, it's that like energy, digestion, gut health, protein. So it combines all of those together.
Yeah, I liked that product as well. And it was not a company that I had seen before.
Right,
so
me
I
neither.
think they're new. Maybe one more? Should we one more each?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I thought ÖRLÖ, it has the 2 dots over the...
You just have to say ÖRLÖ.
ÖRLÖ, Icelandic Ultra Spirulina Women's Vitality Mix. So it is. They're based in Los Angeles, but also in Iceland. And I thought it was really cool that they're sourcing carbon negative microalgae. Yeah. Their product, their supplement is a carbon negative supplement using microalgae. Now, this company has focused on products that deliver omega-3s from algae, but they recently launched this particular line of odorless, tasteless spirulina products, which I think that alone is pretty interesting, right? Because normally there's like a flavor that comes with that, I believe. And then it contains vitamin B12, iron, and all essential amino acids. So really nutrient packed. And just thought that carbon negative piece was interesting.
I noticed that you didn't say Reykjavik. You skipped it over. That actually worries me less than acacia.
I skipped that one.
Or acacia.
Yeah, I was like Iceland. I could pronounce that.
All right, let's do one more. I mean, there's a lot of great beverages in this gallery. I really like the idea of this Charmly Libido. It's an RTD beverage, and I never have heard of this brand before. We've obviously seen some libido supplements from Winged, from other supplement companies, but I don't know that I've seen a libido beverage specifically for women.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I have.
And you're not going to see it here either because it's... No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if it's specifically for women. I'm really butchering this today, but it's a women-founded company. So let's say it is.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, I know that there have been some other libido beverages on the market. Again, this one has organic maca. It's got KSM 66 ashwagandha. Anyway, women-founded brand, and I'd never heard of that. Have you heard of Charmly?
I have not, but I have heard of KSM, which is a really reputable ashwagandha ingredient supplier. They have a ton of research about their ashwagandha ingredients. So whenever I see a company that's using that and touting it, I feel pretty good about them.
Me too. So great article on newhope.com. Check it out. There's a lot of great products in there, from powders to cans to, I'm pretty sure there's one other format. The stick packs.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'm excited to see what else we see out of the category. Yeah. It felt like it was kind of saturated for a while, or that people were, not choosing these types of functional beverages, maybe because of one of the things we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, was just like the sugar in products, in NA products, in functional products. And, there are some of these companies that are in this particular piece on newhope.com that are using monk fruit and alternative sweeteners. So whether a company's pursuing that or just leaning into a unique flavor profile that may not be as sweet, I like to see that evolution of the category that's not so heavily reliant upon, the sugary sweet profiles. So,
well, and I know that I've said this 8 million times since you've known me, but I also really appreciate that some brands are doing like the ÖRLÖ, the odorless, tasteless products, because I hate's a strong word. I dislike monk fruit, stevia. I don't need the sugar. I don't need the sweet sensation.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have something with just a bitter cocoa powder, for example, and no sweetening agent at all. So,
Yes.
or no flavor at all, that I can mix it into anything I want. So I really appreciate that some brands are really taking that leap and not worrying about adding that sweet factor to it, whether it's sugar or sugar alcohol or whatever.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think just continue to see more of those products that you can integrate into your life so easily. Like throw it in a smoothie, put it in your coffee, put it in your tea. Do you think it's really flavorless? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to try.
I'd love to.
Let's talk about health span
Okay.
and what's going on there. So what is health span?
Well, we talked about this a little bit last week. We have talked about this a lot. I would say it's really looking at not only living a long time, which is great, but living healthily for a long time.
Yes.
Right? Feeling good, being in the best shape or condition that you can be.
Yeah, and like optimized health every step of the way. So I think that's
good for.
No, and I think that's really important right now because it's changing the whole longevity market. It's changing how people talk about what it means to live long because it's really about living long and well. And so I think that, matters for retailers because it's understanding that their consumers are increasingly thinking about it like this, but also for product formulators and people marketing and positioning their products. How are they going to help people live their best lives? So NBJ did a survey that was meant to get consumer sentiments around health span as well as biohacking. And biohacking is really tapping into I guess it's this idea of biological experimentation. So different products and tactics that you can try that are going to really tap into your own longevity potential.
And biohacking, I know that there's the very, intense biohacking movement, and that's really looking at gene editing or cutting edge nutrition or doing blood tests or that kind of things. But couldn't biohacking also apply to things like intermittent fasting? I mean, isn't that a way of?
Yeah, I think so. And even just taking supplements. And so that was one of the things that this survey found is that 37% of the consumers who took this survey said that dietary supplements are part of their biohacking regimen. So even for the supplement industry to be like, oh yeah, consumers are actually thinking about supplement, this pill or this powder that you take as part of a biohacking plan or experimentation. So that's important, I think.
Gen Z, I thought this was really interesting. Their biggest health concern is sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And eye health was a big one across generations because we're all wait, what?
Yeah. No, but sleep, isn't that interesting?
That is really interesting. Yes. And I wonder if that's a product of their lifestyles, Gen Z's lifestyles being less conducive to good sleep or overall awareness on the importance of sleep. So these Gen Zers are I need my 11 hours.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because all the Gen Zers I know, at least maybe probably my nieces, they can sleep an amazing amount. I can't remember what sleep felt like.
The judgments right now are just
flying
fast and furious.
So let's as a Gen Xer, let's look I'm at the end of the Gen X. I like to always say that. Let's look at what Gen X is worried about. So it looks like top concern there. We've got 2, mood and mental health and Alzheimer's dementia. That feels like it's tracking.
Okay, what about me? Millennials. I am at the top end of the
millennials.
Wait, which one? Me? Am I at the top or the bottom? I barely.
You're.
Well, how do you use? Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm millennial.
I was born at the end of Gen X. I'm a young Gen Xer.
I'm a millennial. We know that.
Okay.
Much, I think.
So millennials, top 2 concerns, Alzheimer's dementia and loss of vision, like you were saying. That's really interesting. Followed pretty closely by hair loss and mood and mental health.
I and so you can check this out also on newhope.com, but how NBJ breaks it out. And this is from the longevity report that they recently came out with, where you can get all of this information, but they do break it out based on generation. And it's important. I think we often talk about sentiments around overall health and wellness across generations, but I really think anyone in this industry needs to be thinking about generations for everything that they do, because you, of course, can't bucket things exclusively based on generational perceptions. But look at this example. It's like it varies so much across generations what people are looking for and the types of support that they need. This is around health span, but I think that's very relevant around different conditions and areas of focus for the industry. So I like this way that MBJ broke it out.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on.
So how are you doing?
Oh my gosh. Well, looking at all these conditions, I was like, muscle loss, sleep. I can't read my computer. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I like these warm fall days.
It is toasty out there, and it is official. It feels very fall-like in the mornings and at night. And just like a quick update on the fall saga that our listeners have been following.
Oh, the cider donuts?
Yeah. So Adrienne brought me cider donuts right after our conversation where I was like rage spiraling about not being able to find a good cider donut and not having ever had one. And Adrienne bought me some from Whole Foods.
I did. It was buy one, get one too. That was exciting.
Go.
I may or may not have bought 4 boxes.
Because I hate when it's like, buy one, get one, ... half off.
Oh, no, it was a
so
true
popular.
BOGO, yeah.
A true, I want a
but
BOGO,
you know,
BOGO purist.
I thought they were incredibly delicious. I really enjoyed them. And then I actually bought them again.
Oh.
And I didn't enjoy them. We were like, I think we're done. The moment's passed. You know, it's that one moment in fall. You've got to really.
Yeah, like I don't think I'll ever ask for a cider donut.
Well, maybe you will next October.
Yeah, next October, whatever the day.
Put it on your calendar.
This is the day I crave. No, this is the week when I get obsessed with cider donuts. But great job to Whole Foods for giving us good cider donuts one of the times.
And that's a really good segue into our next news item.
Yeah, Amazon has something new going on.
Yes. Amazon just finished another Prime Day deal event. It was the biggest one they've ever had, apparently. I thought it was really interesting because we were talking about AI last week, that they've incorporated AI into it to help with suggestions and helping customers. And apparently that seems like it went really well. But they've just announced this new strategy for their grocery, which is basically combining Amazon.com, Amazon Fresh, and Whole Foods Market so that you can they're all available to shoppers online in one order. So I think that's part of it. And then the other part of it is they're also making it so, let's say I'm walking down the aisle in Whole Foods buying my Whole Foods things, and I'm like, oh, I really want some conventional laundry pods. Well, I can get on my phone, pop it into my phone, and they'll fulfill that order from the back of Whole Foods and have it ready for me when I'm checking out.
I must have missed that part of it. That's pretty amazing.
I mean, I know there already are some conventional products at Whole Foods, like Cheerios and, things that make it. And a lot of natural stores do have some crossover so that people will be loyal to those stores and get all of their shopping done in one place. But I don't know, like the idea of, I don't know, it just seems unwieldy to me. You're going to have to sell me on it.
But I think it's really smart because a lot of what we've been talking about with like the flexitarian shopper, the flexitarian consumer is that people are making choices and it's just overall omni-channel patterns, right? Like people are buying products from all over and they're also not feeling like they need to 100% commit to one path. So buying only natural products. That example you gave is a great one. Like you may be doing your grocery shopping at Whole Foods and want natural and organic products, but you may still be using Clorox or Lysol.
Saltines. I'm addicted to saltines.
You may want saltines or you may want Goldfish over Annie's cheddar. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I think, we're seeing that shame being taken out of like individual decision making around the types of products that you use. So I think Amazon is really smart to realize that behaviors are moving in this direction of mix and match. It's not one size fits all. And this like flexitarian living idea that we put in our State of Natural report. So smart. Yes.
Well, and this is the thing that I was referring to as well. It's really just a small pilot product at this point. I think it's in one store in Pennsylvania. So it's this kind of automated micro fulfillment center. So, who knows what will happen. And I'm sure that there's a lot of room for feedback. And I just, yeah, I need to sit with it for a little while.
Yeah,
just heard about it
you
today.
have time. I'm gonna like go into like my Whole Foods and be like, I just ordered this. Where is it? And they're like, that's a one store pilot. I was like, can you go to the back and get me that product? Yeah, we both have time to sit with it, but it'll be interesting to see how that develops. But I think meeting consumers where they are and creating things that are as convenient as possible. I mean, that's ultimately what makes Amazon, I think, so competitive for other retailers is the ability to scale these types of convenience initiatives. So as it relates to other retailers, whether they be independent natural retailers or small natural chains or just other retailers in general, how can you continue to serve a consumer that wants convenience and may want a variety of different options and products or differentiate yourselves in other ways? Because you look at this and you're kind of like, how can I compete with that? And maybe it is you can't, but you can compete in other ways. I hope. Right? Yeah, you can. People can compete in other ways. There's lots of other differentiators outside of convenience.
Anyway, you can read all about this new move from Amazon on newhope.com. This is an article that we actually got in cooperation with Supermarket News, which is one of our sister companies. So it's exciting also to come together to cover this kind of exciting news.
Yeah.
Big news.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are a few of the things that were on our radar this week, right? And then next week, and be sure to rate, subscribe. This is The Naturalist. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, YouTube now, because we're
newhope.com.
Please do make sure you do that because then you won't miss an episode. And next week, we're going to talk about Nexty do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts. Yes, that's going to be fun. Yeah. Are we going to bring some Nexty judges in here?
We might.
That'd be fun. I mean, we are Nexty judges.
Some additional. You're going to give me the boot again.
No, I would never do that.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Jinx.
Listening.